Good evening everyone. Today in this video we will learn about our chapter, that is the fundamental unit of life. There are millions of various things present around us. Some of them are living and some are non-living. Living things carry certain basic functions like respiration, digestion, excretion, reproduction, movement and growth. Okay? All animals and plants are living. All these organisms look different from each other. However, they all are made up of microscopic unit called cell. So we will learn about the cell, its function, its part and different things about cell. Okay, now look at this picture. I have told you that all animals and plants are living and they look different, but they all are made up of a small microscopic unit called cell. Okay, so in this video, this building, you can see there are millions and trillions of bricks. Bricks are used for the formation of this building. Okay, so bricks are the smallest unit, or we can say that fundamental unit of this building. In this picture, the first picture it is given, you can see the brick like structure here. Small units are given and they are forming a particular cell. So like brick is the fundamental unit of this building, same cell is the fundamental unit of life, of living organism. All plants and animals are made up of cells. Okay, now the question is that when and how, or the discovery and history of the cell. Okay, now look at this. Cells were first discovered by Robert Hooke in 1665. He observed the cells in a cork slice with the help of a primitive microscope. Means at that time the modernized form of microscope was not available. So he has discovered that cell in his primitive microscope, under his primitive microscope. How he has discovered? He observed the cells in a cork slice with the help of primitive microscope. Cork, it is a bark of tree. Cork is a substance which comes from the bark of tree. What he has observed? He saw that cork resembled the structure of honeycomb, consisting of many little compartments. So he named that little compartments, or that boxes, cell. In cell is derived from the word cellula, which means little room. Okay, after that, and one more point, he has discovered the dead cells. Okay, then after, Leeuwenhoek in 1674 with some improved microscope, he has discovered the free living cells in pond water. Means Robert Hooke has discovered the cell. He has discovered the dead cell, and Antony van Leeuwenhoek, he has discovered the living cells. Now after that, in 1831, now the discovery is going on. Okay, now in 1831, Robert Brown, who discovered the nucleus in the cell. Okay, after that, Purkinje in 1839 coined the term protoplasm for the fluid substance of the cell. Protoplasm is the living content of the cell. A typical cell is having a cell membrane, cytoplasm and nucleus. I have told you this in 8th class. So the living content is what? The cytoplasm and nucleus, combinedly known as protoplasm. So living content of the cell is known as protoplasm. So Purkinje in 1839 coined the term protoplasm. Okay. After that, the cell theory was given by Schleiden and Schwann, okay, in 1838 and in 1839. What was the cell theory? They have explained that all the plants and animals are composed of cells, and cell is the basic unit of life. Okay. Schleiden was botanist and Schwann was zoologist. So they both have discovered, they have given the cell theory that all animals and plants are made up of a basic unit called cell. After that, cell theory was further expanded by the Virchow. Okay. What he has suggested, he has given one more point in the cell theory, that all cells arises from pre-existing cells. Okay. The cells, the new cells, they arise from pre-existing cells. He has given that point in 1855. Then after, with the discovery of electron microscope in 1940, it was possible to observe and understand the complex structure of the cell and its various organelles. Okay. Here is the picture of some shapes of cell, okay, like nerve cell, blood cells, different types of cells, fat cell, bone cell, sperm cell, ovum cell, muscle cell. Cells show a great variation in their shapes, okay, such as some are spherical, spindle shaped, elongated, oval shaped, branched. Some cells may not have a definite shape, like they keep on changing their shape, for example amoeba, white blood cells. Okay. The shape of cell depends on the type of function it has to perform. The shape of cell depends on the type of function it has to perform. For example, a nerve cell is very long and wire-like projections, see this picture, coming out of it. These projection helps the nerve cell carry messages and send them to all parts of the body. Muscle cells expand and contract. All the cell components are enclosed in a membrane which provides shape to every plant and animal cell. Okay. One more thing, the size of cells has no relation with the body size of organism. For example, the nerve cells of both rat and elephant are long and branched, which perform the same functions of transmitting messages. Okay? Okay. The smallest cell in the world is mycoplasma and the largest is ostrich egg, and smallest cell in human body is a sperm cell. Largest cell in human body is female ovum, and the longest cell in human body is nerve cell. Now come to the cell parts. Okay, what is a cell made up of, or what is the structural organization of cell?